And then Keyshawn Davis. Go for it. Go for it, Antt. What you got?
Blew my man out, man.
You think he's going to be number one pound for pound one day?
I've always said.
Yeah,
I always said I think he's number one pound for pound. Thought it was a beautiful performance at home. Was locked in, no distractions. Didn't seem like my man was focused. Fights, man, he just puts on the show from the walkout to in the ring to after the ring, calling out
before the fight.
Yeah, he does it all, and it's never really a letdown performance from him. He always shows up and gives the fans what they want.
Remember, we had him on the podcast,
Yes.
and he said, "I'm the businessman."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you remember, but I was like, wait a minute, you got a nickname already? I was like, I was one of the few to have a nickname coming out of the amateurs. I was like, but explain this whole. But you see, the businessman. Yeah. It's always business. Sometimes it's the knockout. Sometimes it's the flash. Sometimes it's the call out. But he is just the businessman. Man,
he's hanging out with one of the best guys in the sports with Terrence Crawford.
And starting to get some comparisons to him because of how he fought. You got long arms, boxer, puncher, and they train with Bomac.
Both killers. There's not a lot of killers in this sport. He's a killer.
Yeah.
He's developing into my favorite style, boxer, puncher. Yeah. And I was watching some old Kronk sparring the morning of his fight. I was watching Gerald McClellan and James Toney. And,
that's what he does. I watch N1 mixtapes. Yeah. He watch Kronk sparring.
Right.
That's what he does.
Yeah, Matthew Saad Muhammad, Michael Moore. And I'm just watching the old great.
How you have this?
Well, it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
It's there for everybody to look at.
But he make it sound like he just went to the closet, was like, you do it today.
How does that tell?
I used to have to do that, but everything's on YouTube now. Dang. So now I don't need to go to the DVDs. But
all right, so here, just pause real quick. Yeah. Why were you looking at those fights?
I think just keep my eyes sharp for inspiration.
Take us into the mind of Shawn Zittel.
At home.
What happens when you wake up and you say, like, what was it? Tell us what it was that made you come to the conclusion that Kronk sparring was what was going to be.
Because sometimes what's going on in the sport doesn't move me enough to sound, so sorry. Yeah. But I'm
not mad at
it. Yeah. Sometimes it's.
Now I'm trying to figure out what the hell you was looking to movie.
Well, sometimes you look to the past for inspiration.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. When he was like, because you said this, what you say about ESPN boxing is what? Wishy-washy. Yeah. He's like, this could be a wishy-washy day.
No, not because of Keyshawn.
The sport right now is wishy-washy.
Just the sport, just the sport in general. And so I'm like, to keep the passion, to keep the fire lit. Let's watch the old time greats. Let's, to stay in love with boxing. And I'm like, these guys were so good. When I just always find myself saying that when I go back to the 80s or the early 90s or whatever.
Yeah.
And the way they were both loose and well-rounded, they were somehow both looser and tighter than modern day fighters. Like they come out with that smooth, and then the punch comes out, ping, somehow looser and tighter.
Throw a punch.
Right.
Throw a punch.
No, I'm
that should look clean though.
But and so they do that. They
Corey though.
They throw common.
Corey though.
Get the money right. So, but it was fitting because Keyshawn wound up producing a vintage performance. He did what the great American fighters of those times did and put everything together. The jab. Combinations. And when you throw the combinations, you throw them with a level of conviction and bad intentions and spite while still being responsible, still being on balance. And when dictating on the outside, but when it's time, take a step on the inside when the other guy doesn't want, just being a well-rounded, true professional, an assassin in that ring, handling your business. And that's what Keyshawn, the businessman Davis, did. He went in there and he handled his business. It was dangerous what he did, fighting a guy who came in over the scales. I know some people say Lemos is a 140-pounder anyway, so shame on him for trying to bring him down to 35. Yeah. But by knocking him out in 2 rounds, especially if Hitchens goes on to beat Paro, I know that's like a 50-50 type fight, but if Hitchens becomes champion, and Hitchens went life and death with this guy at 140, and Keyshawn just did that to him, then that means Keyshawn kind of proved I can compete with the 135s that I'm calling out, Gervonta and everybody, And I can compete with the 140s that moved up from 35. Teofimo, Devin Haney, whoever. I can compete with anybody is kind of what that performance showed.
Antt, you go ahead.
Love the performance. I'm going to ask you guys.
What?
The sport of boxing, we know the BS. I mean, he's right there, number 2 contender. Did that earn him a top-ranked title shot at Lomachenko? Do they give him... it's a good fight, but it'd be nice for a top rank to be able to have him as the world champion. We don't know where Lomachenko's doing right now. Is that a fight you want to see? Is that possible?
Loma would catch some heat from fans, I think, because...
For fighting him?
Yeah, because you're walking away from what would be much more money to fight Davis in the other Davis, Gervonta, in a unification. I mean, it serves Top Rank's prerogatives. Keyshawn would be the one who's like lucky, like sweet. You know, this fight falling out is now my gift. Now I get to fight Lomachenko.
Number 2 in the rankings. Yeah, IBF. Zapata's supposed to be fighting Shakira.
I feel like it's more likely he's going to take that belt off Beranchyk.
Okay.
Me too.
Which he definitely will.
I don't see a fight with.
What about Lomachenko? He definitely will. That's a good fight.
That's a good ass fight.
That'll literally test you. Push you through the ringer.
Yeah, man. There's things in that fight that
I would love to see it though.
I could speak to Loma's ability to take that range away ever so slightly. Is something that there's certain little nuances that Loma brings to the ring that even though you're training for it and you've seen it on TV. If he's firing the way that he could fire and everything's moving the way it's supposed to, that thing is just ever so slightly different from anything you've seen before. So he can present that. I think that if anything, it's a hard night. And
he's jumping up 2 or 3 steps at once.
Yeah.
Hey, I got him pound for. I think this is Pedraza night with Tank. I think this is Shawn Porter, Devin Alexander. I think that's his night. Where I'm just too much. I'm different. And that's the night he showed us that, damn, this kid's good.
That would be good for him, but I don't think we see that. I don't think we see Loma in the ring.
What the fuck Loma gonna fight then?
If Loma retires, then Top Rank's just going to get moved. Yeah. Keyshawn's going to get WBO, Muratai will get the IBF, or other way around. One of them will fight for the vacant title Loma leaves behind, and the other one will fight Beranchyk.
But you get the business, they going to try to keep it on their side.
I feel like it's going to be Keyshawn getting the vacant title, because I believe that's what's going to happen.
Come on, Loma, don't go out like that, man. You're a legend.
Loma, he went out with the win against Kambosos.
I don't want to see him get knocked out versus Davis, but I mean...
You want to see him hand the torch one more time?
Yeah, just one more time. One more.
For the game.
For Carson.
I ain't for that handing the torch BS. I ain't for that.
What you would?
Huh?
That's how it used to have to be.
Yeah, no. I'm for do what you got to do. When you done, say... Peace out.
That's the fighter's perspective.
Right.
And I think he's talking about what he thinks is best for the whole of the game.
Yeah.
Is, hey, I know you already did it for Haney and Lopez, but do you think you can get one more?
Can we get one more for Carson? Carson ain't.
And Loma's like, no, fuck you guys. I'm done. I'm done doing this.
Listen, for you real quick, and then we're gonna take a quick ad break. Do you have anybody beyond Loma that you
damn, that was it. All
right, then fine. Just we'll leave it there. We're not gonna make you
Navarrete?
I mean, I would love to see him fight Navarrete.
How you like that?
No,
Navarrete went back to 130.
He went back to 130. He's not a lightweight.
He big as 130.
Yeah,
he tripping.
Yeah, he tripping. He tripping trying to make 138.
Oh, you say he went down?
He was pudgy at 35. He wasn't solid.
That's what you said. It just takes some time. You ain't gained that weight right. You know what I mean?
True.
So I think that's all on him.